you so much for joining me here on Adorama TV with Breathe Your Passion. I am here actually at the wedding school here with Susan Stripling and Carolyn Tran, and we are in LA. We're doing the Lighting Summit right now.
We are doing a Lighting Summit
So
right now.
if you haven't checked that out, make sure you head to theweddingschool.net and do so. But the reason why I'm interviewing these two lovely ladies, they are wedding photographers and they're complete opposites. So we're gonna get some lighting tips from Light and Airy and Dark and Ominous.
Sure, because that's what every bride dreams of, is dark and ominous.
Dark and dramatic and sexy.
We'll take that. All right, that works for me.
All right, perfect. So let's start with you, Susan.
Yes.
What are some lighting things that you think of, lighting tips that help you get the look you're going for?
So the first thing that I'm looking for is a very dramatic light source, right? Whether it is backlight, front light, side light, upside down light, I want the strongest and most dramatic light source that I can. Then I want to put my clients in that light source and meter for the highlights on their face. And what that does is it gives me very strong highlights in the image, very dark shadows in the image. And if you're looking at Photo 101, this is not what you want your histogram to look like, but it's exactly what I want my histogram to look like, because there's bright and there's dark and there's an amazing juxtaposition in between. So what I really need is a good strong background, a good strong source of light, and a really well-balanced exposure from the highlights.
All right, perfect. I love that. Now on the opposite side, what are you looking for when it comes to light?
I could probably say literally the opposite, because on the histogram I'd be way on the other side.
Yep.
I like light and airy and dreamy, so I meter for the shadows. I am looking for really bright backlit, and if you're looking at my histogram, it's like way bright. And so I think we would both flunk photography class.
Yes.
That's what it
We
comes
would fail
down to.
Photo 101.
Yes.
And what I think is fascinating, and it's something that we were talking about earlier, we actually are looking for the same type of light. We just handle it and meter for it differently, which result in a completely different type of image. I'm metering for the highlights, letting my shadows go super dark. You're metering for your shadows, letting your highlights go super light.
Yeah.
So,
and the angle that you're both taking is going to be different too. So you're taking an angle where, you know, light is coming maybe left or right, where if you were in the same scenario, you would put the light behind. So
Right.
you would actually make good second shooters for each other,
Yes.
really giving your clients quite a variety.
and one other thing that we were chatting about earlier is when you're out in backlight, like the golden hour light, you are letting the light into your lens, you're working with the flare, you're letting it haze out, and I'm blocking it, so there is no flare, and that it's a very crisp light source. So I think if we shot together, we could just dominate everything.
Yeah, I think so too. So when you're setting expectations for your clients, obviously on your website, you know, you have a brand that has light and air, you have a brand that's more dark and ominous. What do, dramatic, I'm sorry, we changed that, right? Dramatic.
I like ominous, it's
Okay. What do you do as far as the, you know, normal stuff for the wedding day, like family photos? How do you try to make that consistent with your brand? I'll start with you.
Oh, that one would pass Photo 101.
Yes.
Yes. That one we're going for neutral, right? Everything is like symmetrical, they're all lined up perfectly, even light, and nothing too extreme on the artistic side of it. Yeah.
Perfect.
But I mean, it's consistent with my brand in the sense that it's still overall I'm still looking for like a bright overall look. Like you're not going to get a studio photo, for example. It's not going to be flash and
Awesome.
And I'm also going for a nice, even, well-exposed look, but what I do differently is I have maybe a darker background and I will pull out a light and I will light the family formals. So while you're getting nice and even and lit, but also airy and lovely, I'm getting nice and even and lit, but with a little bit more of an emphasis on bringing the background down instead of you're bringing the background up a lot of the times. And so they're both clean and technically good. It's just a completely different approach to it.
I love that. Thank you guys so much. I will be sure we're going to put their websites here on the bottom so you can check out both of their work, and I'm sure I'm going to grab some images from you guys and have them rotating so you could really see both beautiful work, different ways to light, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down there, and I will see you next time here on Adorama TV.